Hey guys, okay, I know I haven't made a YouTube video in like forever, but I'm back now. I have a new story to tell, which is really fun and exciting and I can't wait to get to. But I should probably start making a lot more videos, a lot of new videos, maybe some challenges, whatever you guys want. Kind of leave it in the comments, just suggest anything, because I'm after getting a new camera and I really want to start being more active on YouTube. So anyway, I'm going to get to the video. So the purpose of today's video is, okay, it was really exciting. On Sunday, November 1st, I met Union J. Now, Union J, I was going to say they won the X Factor. Unfortunately, they didn't win the X Factor. They are a boy band who formed on the X Factor. They all auditioned solo. I shouldn't really have to explain to them. Most people in kind of the UK and Ireland should know who Union J are. If you're watching this video, you should already kind of have a fair idea of who they are. So anyway, I went to an audience with Union J, and that was a concert that they did solely for kind of their, as they kind of put it, their most kind of dedicated fans, you know. Anyway, the whole concert was, they were in small venues. The people who bought the tickets were told where the venue was. It wasn't a very public thing, so it was very, very secret. You were given merchandise, you were given meet and greets, which, oh, I can't actually kind of, oh, okay. So as you can tell, that was fun. So basically, I'm not going to go into too much detail about kind of how I got there and the before and after and stuff. But it was in Dublin. I'm not going to say exactly where because nobody cares. But it was in Dublin. It was in a small pub. And I got there. Unfortunately, I got there a few minutes late. So I didn't act, I missed a bit, what? I missed their entrance. I know I'm a bad person, sucks ass. But I got there, I was standing outside, and as I was with my friend Tomas and Maria, we were kind of looking for the place. I was like, hold on, we had the GPS, well not a GPS, like we had the map on my phone, and we were going up and down the streets of Dublin. We were like, where are we going? So eventually we kind of got closer and closer and closer. And my friend Tomas had the phone in his hand. He was like, I think it's, and I was like, oh, I hear them. I could hear them. I heard Josh specifically, I heard Josh, and I was like, oh my god, it's here. And as I walked towards the door, the bouncers, security people, whatever you want to refer to them as, they turned around and they go, Union J, yeah? And I was like, oh my god, yes. So I literally like got in the door, and it's kind of like, it was like the gates of heaven had opened. I walked in, I got so closer and closer and closer, I could hear the boys, I could hear them, I could hear their voices, and I died. I died inside, and it was fantastic. But I walked closer and closer. Now, there wasn't that many people. I think there was like 45 people out of tickets that were sold for about 200 people. And I think the reason for that is because like the tickets were quite pricey. They were £79 in England. So it was solely just kind of a UK tour, but they kind of like threw in an Irish date because they have fans over here as well. So that was that basically, yeah. So it was £110, and I know it sounds like a lot, and if you don't like them, obviously you're not going to spend that much. But me, I'm a big fan of theirs. I really like them. I supported them throughout the X Factor, and I still had like, it was just such a great night. So as I walked in, they kind of sang, I think they had 3 sections. I'm going to put it into 3 sections. They had 3 sections, so they kind of sang like 4 songs in the first section, then you had a Q&A session, then another 3-4 songs, Q&A session, then it was, I think, 3 extra songs, and in one of those songs they sang Follow You, which is a new song from the 3rd album, which is currently untitled, we know nothing about at the moment, and it was a good surprise. There were fans there that knew the words. They obviously seen the old performances. By old performances, I mean like performing throughout the other shows that they did in England and stuff. I wanted to be surprised. I kind of knew they were singing a new song, but at the same time I was like, right, I want this to be special, I want it to be important. So there's videos of that on my Facebook. If you guys want to see them, just let me know in the comments. I'll put them up on YouTube if anybody wants to see them. As I walked in, they were singing, what were they singing? Something, anyway. I think it was All About a Girl. So as they were singing All About a Girl, which you can tell by the title, it's a love song, and it was all about the girl. And I started singing along. Now George, who is my personal favourite, and he's bae, George started pointing at me in kind of like a kind of in a laughing kind of way. Like, he was laughing to himself. But I think he brought over either Josh or JJ. And they were in this little, like, they kind of stood together and started kind of pointing and laughing. And George thought it was hysterical. And I was kind of thinking, are they laughing at me? Like, what's the problem? And then, like, as I was in the crowd, I kind of ducked down because I was like, they're actually, like, they're making fun of me because I'm singing a song called All About a Girl. And I think, there was me and another guy there. So there was only 2 guys at this concert. So obviously it's going to be a bit weird, and boy bands aren't necessarily for guys my age. Or kind of guys in general, I guess. But I'm not judging, each to their own. I love boy bands, specifically Union J. But anyway, they started laughing at me, so I was kind of like, okay, I'll let it go. So then kind of like, going through the concert, still, really good time, few bops, a good few songs, they told us a few stories. Josh in particular kind of exposed a story of his that I shall all inform you about right now. Josh was, well, they were all asked what's the most embarrassing thing that they've ever done. And they all kind of thought about it for a minute. They really had to process it because obviously they probably do have their own secrets, but there were younger fans there, and at the same time you want to keep your personal life. So they were trying to keep certain things secret, but other things, they were like, well, we need to do something. So they all kind of thought about it for a minute, but then they kind of stopped and looked at Josh, and I don't know where this was going. George turned around to Josh, he mentioned something about McDonald's, and Jamie was very confused about McDonald's as well, because Jamie turned around and goes like, what happened in McDonald's? But then, whatever way, they completely forgot about the whole McDonald's situation for 2 seconds. And then Josh continued to kind of confess his story. Now, basically his story was, he crapped in a towel. By crap, I mean shit. Sorry for my language. He shit in a towel. He folded, but not fold, obviously, you're gonna like, yeah. He put it in a towel, like folded it up in the towel, and left it under the boys' door. And I think when he said the boys, it was George and Jamie. Don't, like, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they put it under the door, so the smell would go under the door. That is how classy Josh is. So yeah, that was interesting. But while he was saying this, George put his fingers in his ear as if he didn't want to say it, and I thought that was so funny because I'm like, hang on a minute, you're older than I am, so surely you've heard words like this before. Like, you were there to experience it, so like, how is this shock to you? And as soon as Josh finished saying that, they all started talking about the whole McDonald's thing. They were like, what were you talking about? But we never actually found out what happened in McDonald's, so I would like to know what went on there. So anyway, throughout the night then, they were asked what they'd like to achieve, and I can't really remember everyone's individual answer, which is really stupid because I really should. But basically, they were all asked what they'd like to do, and George turned around and says he'd like to release some sort of weird, I'm quoting here now, weird Union J merchandise. And the boys were kind of like, what would you classify as weird? Like, what would be weird merchandise? And he said, Union J soap. I don't know if you meant hand soap or liquid soap, but that is strange. But I mean, any way to make $1. But I'd buy it, because I'd buy anything. And then they went on to sing more songs, and I was trying to build up the confidence, kind of, to speak to them for the next Q&A, because I was like, maybe there's something in my mind that I can think of. Maybe there's something, because I didn't want to waste my chance to ask them a question. And it's kind of like, there has to be something in my brain, but at the same time I have to be really brave. Like, it's going to sound really stupid, but for anyone who's like been following people, like celebrity-wise, and then you kind of meet them, you're like, whoa. Like, I can't kind of approach them as I would a friend. It's really weird. They seem unapproachable, but at the same time they really are, which I'll get to later on in the video because I met them and they were lovely. Next Q&A. Unfortunately, I didn't talk. I didn't ask a question. I kind of wish I had, but I'm happy I went and I still got to meet the boys, but that's beside the fact. So, the boys were then asked what show they would like to go to. Josh said he'd like to go to Justin Bieber, which, yeah, Josh, he says he likes Justin Bieber, which I respect. That's cool, I like him too. But then, Jamie is now probably my favourite because I think he is so funny. But Jamie said he'd like to go to Vegas to see Britney Spears. And we were in a crowd of like 45 people. So, obviously this was very noticeable, what I did next. I screamed at the top of my lungs. I just said, yes! And then Jamie pointed at me. Everyone turned around and looked at me. Like, everyone looked at me. And I was like, And then he just pointed, he goes, you and me will go, babes. And I was like, yes. I was like, I will pack my bags, I will leave the country, I will leave right now if I want, if I could, and if we have to, I will leave right now. Forget school, forget class. I'm not going, I'm going to Vegas to see Britney with Jim. So, yeah, that was fun. So I got noticed. People noticed me alright, because I'm not talking, when I say scream, I screamed. Because you don't mention Britney Spears around me and not expect a reaction. So that was fun. And as the show came to a close, which was boo, it flew by so fast. You know when you're having so much fun, the whole thing just went whoop. It was like, and then they had what do I call him, an MC? I have actually no idea what you call him. But there was a man there with the microphone. He was going around talking for the boys, asking the question, like giving the microphone to fans that wanted to ask questions. And it came to the end, and he was like, the show, like they're finished singing. They're going to be doing the meet and greet soon. And I was not mentally prepared for this. I was not prepared at all. Like, I thought I was going to die. And I was there by myself as well, so I didn't even have a friend to talk to while waiting for this whole thing to happen. Like, waiting for this thing to happen was like walking into the Hunger Games. I was like, alright, what do I say? What do I do? Do I look okay? Will they think I'm strange? I'm the only guy here. Like, how do I play this? Eventually, I stood in line. I was waiting in line. Now the line was kind of against a wall. So like you're standing next to a wall and you just kind of keep going straight, and it was like an archway. And the boys are to... Right, this is going to look mirror. Basically, the boys were to the right of me. So I was walking, and the line kept moving, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not ready for this. Like, I'm so not ready for this. So then, there was a guy there who was not part of the group at all. He just kind of came over to me, because previously we had to send emails about our merchandise and stuff for t-shirt sizes, mainly t-shirt sizes, because we wanted to make sure all the fans got the correct sizes. As you can see, I am wearing said t-shirt, and I love it so very much. I don't care, I will wear this everywhere, and I will cherish it forever. So, I got the t-shirt. He wrote down all the information, took all my information. Yeah, I'll show you all the merchandise in a bit. So, he took all my information, and then he goes, okay, you can go. Now, at this moment, I literally felt the shit go into my chest. I was like, oh my god, I'm about to turn the corner, and the boys are going to be there, and they're going to be looking at me, and they're going to acknowledge me as a human being, as a person, as yes. Now, see, look, now I'm getting all tongue-tied. But anyway, what happened then, I hate thinking about it, because I did, like, it was the most nervous I'd ever been. Like, forget exams, forget anything else that happened to me in the past. This was the most nerve-wracking experience of my life. I walked up so very close to having to turn right to meet the boys. I walked up, and it was just like, out of nowhere, I got this huge hug. I was like, whoa, someone's touching me. But I mean, I had to think, like, after it finished, I was like, after he stopped hugging me, I was like, who even was that? And I was like, oh right, okay, that was Jamie. It was cool. I was fine with that. But after Jamie had hugged me, I was kind of like, I didn't say anything. I was so pissed off. It was Jamie, George, JJ, and then Josh. All of them were in a line. Yeah, I walked in, and then I just started hugging everyone. I was like, I hugged Jamie, and I was cool. And I walked up, and I hugged George, and I touched George, and George Shelley was against me. And I was like, yes. And then he asked me how I was doing. I didn't respond. Then I started hugging JJ, and he said, how's it going? I still didn't talk. And then I hugged Josh. I'm pretty sure he said something, I can't remember. And then I just stood in between them. I had George to this side, and I had JJ to this side. So they were all hugging me. We were all just one big hugging family. And they just started taking, like, the cameraman just started taking pictures. I thought I was going to have a moment to, like, talk to them or something. Or maybe it's because I didn't say anything, they just wanted to rush me out of there as quick as possible. But they did. He took 2 photos. I think they took 3, but I probably looked ridiculous in the 3rd. So they only posted the 2 on Facebook because we weren't handed physical pictures. They were all posted to Facebook. So those pictures are on my Facebook, they're on my Instagram, they are everywhere. I'm getting one turned into a canvas so I can hang on my bedroom wall because I just want to remember that moment for the rest of my life. So yeah, and as I was leaving, Josh said, have a nice evening. That is when I was determined to have a nice evening. I was like, I don't care if I have to go home and I have to clean the house, I will make the most of it and I will have a good evening. Okay? When Josh tells you to have a good evening, you have a good evening. And I had a fantastic evening. So I left, I sprinted out the door. And I'm so angry because, like, I'm only angry at this one thing. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything to them. Like, I just walked around, I was so starstruck, and the entire time I was staring at the ground. Not, well, obviously I wasn't, like, walking into the meet and greet, like. But, like, the whole time my eyes were kind of, like, looking down because I was like, if I look up and stare at them in the eyes, I will pass out. I will proper pass out, and I won't be able to get back up again. So, I kind of just rushed out the door. I ran out the door of the pub line. So, out the door, I see my friend Tomas and Maria to the left, or not to the right. To the right. Yes. So, to the right, mate, I walked towards them, and they all kind of, the big smiles on their head, and I was like, it's so nice to see a familiar face, because being kind of in a crowd of people you don't know for such a long time, you're kind of like, ugh. Especially when you're the only guy there. But, yeah. So they were there, I walked towards them, Tomas started asking me, he was like, so, I didn't say anything. He goes, how was it? I still didn't say anything. Maria also turns around to me, she goes, are you okay? I did not say anything, and then I started crying. I literally had a mental, emotional breakdown. It wasn't like hysterical crying, I was just like, what just happened? Like, I was kind of, it wasn't like hysterical crying. It was just kind of, I was so overwhelmed by what had happened. It was absolutely crazy, and the experience was fantastic. It was so much fun, and I know people are going to be like, who's Union J? Who's this, that, and the other? You really should check them out because they're so incredibly talented, and people are always kind of like, well, they're not as good as One Direction. Do you know what? Screw that, okay? If they were like One Direction, this is going to sound kind of confusing. If they were like One Direction, they would have sold out. And I'm glad they didn't sell out because the show was more intimate. It was more personal. You were more noticed. You actually got to really get to know them. And that's what I enjoyed. And again, when they come back, because they have kind of said they plan on touring next year, when they come back, I want to meet them again. And I want to kind of explain why I didn't say anything last time. Because I literally just walked in, I hugged them. They asked me a few questions, but I never responded. I was just like, yeah. And then I stood there and took a photo. I was like, alright. I just met 4 people I was really excited to meet, but didn't say anything because I couldn't talk. And if you guys know me, I never shut up, so that was strange for me. So, okay, I think that was the whole kind of experience down. I have videos, I have pictures. I think I might have blinded George in the middle of the night at one point, because there's a photo that I took with my camera with the flash on and he's like rubbing his eyes, and everyone else was using their phone and I was the only fool there using a camera. So like, George Shelley, I am sorry if I may have blinded you like mid-song. Yeah, my bad, okay? I'm sorry. So, I guess the last thing to do is show you guys what I got. And that's that, I guess. So basically, what I got was, okay, see, I'm not mad about the merchandise, but there's a few, the fact I got to meet them really makes up for it. That was the main thing for me. I was like, look, okay, I got to meet them. So what if the merchandise isn't great? I got to meet Union J. They couldn't have been nicer. I was expecting them to be like, whatever, like, we're too cool for this, like, we don't, you know the way you hear stories about, like, celebrities that actually want nothing to do with their fans. And I know they're not, like, really up there celebrities, but in my eyes, they're celebrities. They couldn't have been nicer. They were all so loving and embracing, and they were just happy to see their fans, and I like that. So basically, what I got with this wristband, it's not really a wristband, it's more of a ribbon type thing held on with a little bell. Do you guys see L thing. That can be moved up and down, so whatever. But anyway, it's purple. I don't know if that's coming up, but it's purple, and it says an audience with Union J VIP, because that was a very important person. I don't know why they said VIP, because honestly, there weren't standard tickets. The whole thing was like, you pay, you get everything, which I'd want to be for the price. And I got this bag, which, by the way, it smells foul. I don't know what they did to make these bags, but oh my god, this crap stinks. Oh, it's after going down actually quite a bit. It kind of reminds me of salt and vinegar crisps. Or chips, for my American viewers. No, it's kind of gone down. Yeah, okay. So it's kind of like this bag. It just says Union J throughout the whole thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, as much as I love them, like, this was obviously very cheap. It looks like a very kind of, like they were like, oh, we need to make merchandise and we only have like a day to do. What can we make? Like, really cheap bags! Okay, this is my new pride and joy. So I hate taking this out. We were given an envelope. What is in the envelope, you might be asking? I hate taking it out. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. If I damage this, I will cry forever. Careful, careful, careful. It's so precious! Okay, so I got a hand-signed photo. Hand-signed photo. So, there's JJ, George, who is my favourite, Jamie, who is now my second favourite because of how nice he was, and Josh is kind of, I don't like ranking them, that's not fair. They were all really, really nice and they were lovely. So Josh as well, and he was really nice, and he was the one that told me to have a good evening, and I had a fantastic evening. It also helped that I seen the boys, like they were so good. I don't care. I actually don't care how old I am or what society thinks my interests should be. I like boy bands and I like Union J, and they were awesome. So if you guys want to see any more videos, or if you guys, because I really haven't been on YouTube in forever, so if you guys suggest anything in the comments, I read all my comments. So just anything down below. I want to do challenges, I want to bring my friends into a few videos. I really want to get my YouTube channel kind of up and going. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you want to see more. Like my videos if you want. No pressure. Okay, so until next time, see you guys.